Now in this video we're going to take a look at reports for individual students. So we click on the Classes tab and let's take a look at our Year 7 class. So we can see a list of students down here, and we might have a look and see how Andrea's going. So it opens to this detailed report here, and this is a record of all the lessons that Andrea's completed, including diagnostic tests. We can see a couple of them in bold there, and if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can see it also shows us any weekly revision tasks, as well as any question banks that Andrea's finished. Now let's look at the summary report. Now this is an overview of the whole Year 7 course, so it lets us know how she's going in terms of completing the topics, an average mark for each topic, and any results she's got in diagnostic tests. We'll look at individual results now. Firstly, we'll have a look at these lessons here. So this is every single lesson completed by Andrea, a mark shown over here, the date she completed the lesson, and any time she's completed interactive questions, we get access to this report here, and we'll have a look at a couple of these types of reports in a few moments. Now moving back up and looking at the diagnostic tests. So we can see that Andrea has completed 3 of these. Over here we can see a score for each one. Now if we click on one of these here, this breaks that test down and gives us a lesson by lesson analysis. So we can see where she's been doing well in, and also which lessons she's struggling with and might need a little bit of help. Now down the bottom here we've got this mastery guide. That's all colour coded just to give us a bit of a visual as to how she's been going. Now some teachers set a diagnostic before a topic just so they can see where a student's at before they start teaching. Other times they're set on the completion of a topic to see how well students have understood the work. Now for question banks. Once again we've got this overview of each question bank that's been set and marked here, and just like before we can access a report for each of these. Now this goes through it question by question, so we can see all the questions she's got right here, and where she's got one wrong, we're given Andrea's answer as well as the correct answer. Let's take a look at tasks now. And this reports on all the tasks that Andrea's been asked to do. Shows the overall completion rate and results, and then for each task, whether she's completed it on time or not, and her result. Now if we move up here and click on this, we can display lesson results as well. Now this breaks down each task into individual lessons and gives us information on each of those particular lessons. Now another thing that you may find useful, if we just have a look down here, this result 51% doesn't really reflect how Andrea's been going in her other tasks through the year. So what we can actually do, if we move back up to the top, up here we've got this edit mode. Now if we turn that on, scroll back down to that lesson, and if we click here, that result's been deleted now, and we can ask Andrea to do that again. So that's useful if either a student wants to improve on their results, or if you want them to have another go at it. Now before we move on, make sure we move back to the top here, and we'll turn that edit mode back off. We'll have a look at awards now. So any awards that Andrea's achieved will be displayed here, and if we click on them we can print them off. Looking at our speed skills, that's fairly self-explanatory. Just gives us her highest score in any of these fun basic skills activities. The history, that opens here on this quick finish tab, and this just shows us any of the lessons where students have started work but haven't finished yet. This one also pops up on the students tab. The timeline here, that shows a history of how the program has been used, and now the weekly revisions. We can see here she's completed a few of these weekly revision tasks. Pretty simple to follow really. Blue means she got a question right, red means she got a question wrong. And if we hold the cursor there, we can actually see any questions that she's got wrong, just to see if there's any topics or areas that she may need any help with, and to help identify any strengths or weaknesses. So all in all, some pretty handy information there, just a few clicks away. And just remember, if you really want to analyse that data, you can jump up here to the Tools tab and use the Export Data feature, which has been explained in another video.